Hi everyone and welcome back to my Canada Immigration Explore YouTube channel. In this video, I would like to talk about 10 frequently asked questions by visitors to Canada. Recent changes to visitor visa requirements for some Mexican nationals may leave some foreign nationals looking to visit Canada with questions about their own situation. A list of frequently asked questions that may be helpful to review before expending the time, energy, and money necessary to come to Canada. Question number 1: How long can I stay in Canada as a visitor? In most cases, visitors to Canada can remain there for 6 months from the day they enter Canada, or until their passport expires, whichever comes first. The date by which a visitor must leave Canada will be indicated by a stamp in their passport and a document provided to them by a Canada Border Services Agency officer. Question number 2. What is the difference between a single and a multiple entry visa? As indicated by the name of the visa, single-entry visas permit the holder to enter Canada one time only, while a multiple-entry visa allows repeated entry to Canada so long as the visa remains valid. Note: all visitor visa applicants are automatically considered for a multiple-entry visa, but Immigration, Refugees and Citizenship Canada reviews each application separately and issues every visitor a visa accordingly. IRCC clarifies that single-entry visa recipients will require a new visa to enter Canada once they have left. Unless they are traveling directly to either the United States or St. Pierre and Miquelon. Meanwhile, multiple-entry visas are valid for the shorter of the periods, 10 years or 1 month before the expiration of the visa holder's passport. Every entry to Canada using a multiple-entry visa allows the visa holder to remain in Canada for up to 6 months at a time. Question number 3. Can I fill out one visa application for my whole family if we are traveling together? No. While all visitor visa applications for one group of family members may be submitted in the same envelope, alongside one payment receipt accounting for the total fee of all applications, everyone must complete and sign their own visitor visa application. This rule also applies to any other required forms, excluding the family information form, which must only be completed by applicants 18 years or older. Note: parents and guardians can help their children fill out their forms, and every visitor visa applicant under the age of 18 must have their documents signed by a parent or guardian. Question number 4. Is there any way I can help a friend or family member visit Canada? Although your friends and family members must complete their own visa applications, a letter of invitation is a document you can submit to help a loved one come to Canada. It should be noted that this document, which details how you may help the visa applicant, offering to pay for accommodation, can help but does not guarantee the applicant will be approved for their visitor visa. Question number 5. Do I need a medical exam to get a visitor visa? This depends on the visitor's length of stay in Canada. In most cases, visitors in Canada for 6 months or less do not require a medical exam unless they will be working in a job where the protection of public health is essential. The public health protection condition also applies to visitors who will be in Canada for longer than 6 months. In addition, visitors in Canada for 6 months or longer will need a medical exam if they meet either of 2 requirements: the applicant has been, for 6 or more consecutive months, living or residing in a designated country or territory. The applicant is applying for a parent and grandparent super visa. This applies to all visitors, even those who are citizens of visa-exempt countries, who have been in any of the eligible countries in the 1 year immediately preceding the date the visitor sought entry into Canada. Question number 6. Is a visitor visa the same thing as a visitor record? No. A visitor visa is required by foreign nationals looking to travel and enter Canada as a visitor, in most cases, for up to 6 months. Conversely, a visitor record is provided by CBSA officers to either extend or restrict the recipient's stay in Canada. This type of document may also be given to foreign nationals, by either CBSA or IRCC, after their application to extend their stay or restore their status in Canada is approved. Question number 7. I got a new passport but I have a valid visa in my old one. Can I use the visa in my old passport? IRCC notes that it is possible to travel to Canada using a valid visitor visa placed in an old passport. However, travelers in this situation must bring both of the following documents with them to Canada: the old passport with the valid visa, the new valid passport or travel document. Travelers may need to explain to CBSA officers why their old passport is no longer valid. Note, to avoid processing delays at the Canadian border, IRCC recommends that all visitors to Canada obtain a new visitor visa in their new, valid passport. Question number 8. How can I extend my stay as a visitor? Extending your stay in Canada requires that you submit biometrics, fingerprints and a photograph, and apply for a visitor record. This document allows visitors to Canada 3 options to extend their stay in the country: as a visitor, as a worker authorized to work in Canada without a work permit, as a student authorized to study in Canada without a study permit. Question number 9. Can I file an appeal if my visitor visa is denied? There is no appeal process for a visitor visa application from IRCC. When an applicant is denied a visitor visa to enter Canada, they may reapply, but IRCC recommends that they only do so if their situation has changed, or they have new information to submit that may alter the outcome of their application. Question number 10. Do I need a visa if I'm just traveling through Canada on my way to another country? Documentation for those transiting through Canada depends on an individual's unique situation. Generally, travelers can be broken down into 2 categories: visa-required travelers, from a visa-required country, and visa-exempt travelers, from a country that requires an electronic travel authorization, ETA. Some visa-required travelers need a visitor visa. This applies to travelers who are visiting Canada, even if traveling by air and the traveler is in Canada for less than 48 hours, staying in Canada for more than 48 hours while transiting through the country to another destination, crossing the Canadian border via any of the following 5 modes of transportation: bus, car, train, boat or cruise ship. Other visa-required travelers may only require a transit visa. This applies to travelers who have an international flight that stops at a Canadian airport on the way to another country, will be connecting between 2 international flights at a Canadian airport, will be transiting through Canada in 48 hours or less, do not have a valid visitor visa. Visa-exempt travelers need an ETA to transit through Canada by air. Travelers transiting through Canada by train, bus, boat or cruise ship are not required to obtain an ETA, but must still bring with them the correct travel documents. In the end, I would like to request you please like the video and subscribe Canada Immigration Explore YouTube channel, and also share this video to your friends and family members for Canada immigration updates. Thank you, see you in the next video, take care.